Hello, everybody. My name is Michelle Boulay, and if you are new to my work, welcome. And if you're returning, awesome! I am so happy that you've chosen to share a moment of your time with me. I am a dancer, choreographer, life coach, and a healer, and you may know my work from any of those avenues, but what it all boils down to for me is finding ways to live into the potential of what and who we are with love. I am in love with helping you connect to yourself and your truth so deeply so you can bring joy to your relationships, your purpose or career, and your beautiful creative body and soul. And today I'm super excited to talk about "and yes," a mantra I created for my teaching and dance practices some years ago. So, what's the reasoning behind "and yes"? I realized as a dancer and performer that my most powerful dancing happened when I could be present. And you may have heard me say this before, learning to dance well is learning to live well. Our most powerful life moments happen when we are actually present and not journeying off to a past or future movie in our minds. So, "and yes" became a mantra for me within my practices of dancing to be present. And of course, it applied directly to my life as well. So as a dancer, I know from experience that if I'm thinking about something else when I'm dancing or performing, I have a reduced ability to respond to what my body's doing, where my weight is, what I'm seeing or hearing, how things are functioning, all those fine subtleties. And I need all of that information to direct my body in the best way to accomplish a movement. Also, when I'm improvising, being present allows me to align my action and intention spontaneously and responsively to all the elements in that moment. I am in tune with what's going on. And I feel like this is true for any creative moment, be it painting, having a great conversation, connecting to someone you love. These are all acts of creation. So a thing that takes us out of the present moment is judgment or being self-conscious, along with the shame and guilt that are usually a part of that package. And I think we all know the feeling of judgment, shame, or guilt, and it can happen in milliseconds. I experience it as my body stops responding. I withdraw, I shut down, my life force energy goes down. And at the base of that, I start to believe I'm no longer worthy of love or connection. And to that, I say, hell no. But it is an ongoing practice. It really is. Just like anything you want to get good at, you have to do it over and over. So what "and yes" allows me to do is say, okay, I see that, and yes. Even to the judgments, and yes. Because those voices never go away, but if we bite the bait of "you suck" or "you're doing it wrong," we keep reinforcing that pattern and belief. The "and yes" is not an agreement, it's just an acknowledgement. And even if we bite the bait of something positive, we can get attached to that thing and not be able to experience what's next, to keep evolving as life does. And believe me, I think it's important to celebrate the great things that we manifest in our lives and then to "and yes" them onward to the next. Because as I just said, life keeps growing. That's its nature. And I think we're best served when we continue to show up, live fully, and enjoy it. And the affirmative "and yes" allows you to be present with your experience of that very moment, to not deny it or try to make it something other than what it is. It can give you perspective to choose to not identify with what's there or make it mean anything about yourself beyond what it is. It's just information. It's just data. So if your mind goes, "this sucks," and yes, "this is awesome," and yes, "I'm not enjoying myself," and yes, "I'm having a great time," and yes. And yes is like saying, I accept and let's continue. And further, when you partner this "and yes" mantra alongside an intention, you avoid getting stuck and can realign or redirect yourself much more quickly towards your goal. So rather than deny, judge, or ignore what happens in the present moment, you can integrate what you need to learn from it and then evolve and even transcend, which, by the way, means to go above and beyond. This empowers you towards the next best action. And I do believe things show up as expressions of deep wisdom, the positive or the negative. One thing I learned from years of practicing the Feldenkrais Method, which I still do, it's a beautiful somatic modality that brings mindfulness to your movement to find new patterns and efficiency. And what I learned was that when a movement pattern shows up repeatedly, or even a life pattern, it might be because it hasn't yet been fully fulfilled, or you haven't learned what you need to learn from it. So your body keeps repeating it, this movement pattern, because it's moving towards a next level of integration. So again, when we're able to be present with that, we expand in awareness, possibility, and choice. So I have a great way for you to put and yes into practice with me in my Meditate, Move, Heal program. We do a live session every single month, followed by an amazing power-packed Q&A where I will answer all of your questions. It's all recorded if you can't be there live, so you can look at it at any time on the course page in any time zone. And I found that by combining these three amazing elements, meditation, movement, and healing, with the methods I've developed over the last decades, you get your body, mind, and spirit on board together to evolve, heal, and grow. And not only grow, but thrive. So I would love to see you in that program. You can sign up on my website, embodyradiance.com. That's embodyradiance.com, the letter M, body. And once you sign up, you will have immediate access to the session that's just happened and be ready to jump in for the next live session. And all those dates are up on my website. So remember, it takes a different decision and commitment if you really want to make a change in your life. So what are you waiting for? Just and yes, that feeling, that inspiration, that pull to join and sign up. So thank you so much for tuning in. Please share this with someone who you think would benefit from hearing it. And yes, have a beautiful, radiant day.